Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. I hope all of you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am Mohammad Shahjahan, Assistant Professor, Department of Accounting, Milestone College, Uttara, Dhaka.
Worksheet. Today we discuss about worksheet. This is our third lecture. At the end of this lecture, you can prepare worksheet. You can give adjusting entries. You can give closing entries. Dear student, this is a balance of Javier as at 31st December 2018. Dear student, we have some asset, liabilities, income and expense here and adjustment. So first you have to give adjusted journal. For doing worksheet math, at first you have to give adjusting journal. We have adjustment here. Look at expired insurance 1000, then unused office supplies 500 and prepaid salaries 500. Let's see the adjusted journal. Dear student, first insurance expenses debit, prepaid insurance credit. Look at expired insurance. That means we have prepaid insurance 1500. Out of that 1000 expired. That means this is expenses. So insurance expenses debit 1000 and prepaid insurance, it is asset. Now asset decreasing, so prepaid insurance credit. So first journal is insurance expense, prepaid insurance credit. Then second journal, look at unused office supplies as inventory. That means whatever office supplies we have office supplies 2000. Out of that 500 now we have as inventory. That means 1500 is our expenses. So journal will be supplies expenses debit and office supplies credit, because office supply, this is asset is decreasing. On the other hand, unused office supplies 500, it is remaining. Dear student, last journal is prepaid salaries. You know that salary is our expenses. If it is advanced, then salary account will be credit, and prepaid salary, it will be asset. Prepaid salary debit, salary credit. Prepaid salary debit, salary credit. Here supply expenses debit, office supplies credit. I hope, dear student, all of you understand the journal. From class 9 we are learning journal. This is adjustment journal. Then now worksheet. Dear student, this is the format of worksheet. This is 10 column worksheet format. At first you have to write, all of you know that first class we have discussed. At first we have to write all the items of trial balance. That means cash, prepaid insurance, just copied it. Office supplies, office equipment, capital, rent, service revenue, salaries, conveyance. All item from cash to conveyance in the trial balance, and that all money directly will record here. So at first you have to write all the items of trial balance. That means we copied account title here and trial balance here, so we copied it. Then adjustment, that means then adjustment. From there we have our math will start. Adjustment, look at insurance expenses debit, prepaid insurance credit. That means in the math also we have to posted it. Insurance expense, prepaid insurance, look at credit, and insurance expenses debit. That means in the debit side we have to write the amount of insurance expenses, and prepaid insurance we have in the trial balance, so we are writing in the credit side. Prepaid insurance credit, insurance expenses debit. Second journal, look at salary supplies expenses debit, office supplies credit. Supplies expenses debit, office supplies credit. Look at supplies expenses, supplies expenses. What is the amount of supplies expenses? Yes, supplies expenses debit. Yes, supplies expenses debit 1500, supplies expenses debit. And office supplies we have office supplies account credit. Prepaid supplies expenses debit, office supplies account credit. So posting is over. Then next one, prepaid salary debit, salary credit. Prepaid salary, look at prepaid salary account debit, prepaid salary account debit, and salaries will be credited. Salaries will be credited. So here we adjusting journal, whatever all the items of adjusting journal we have posted here, and debit side and credit side of adjusted journal adjustment will be equal, it is 3000. Now adjusted trial balance, that means we have to make adjustment trial balance with adjustment, then it will be adjusted trial balance. Look at 5000 cash we have, there is no adjustment, so same we are writing here 5000. Then prepaid insurance, earlier it is 1500, now credit. You know that the formula of debit and credit, that means you have to subtract it. So 1500 minus 1000, it is 500 debit. Why it is debit? Because debit side is greater than the credit side. Then look at office equipment. Yes, directly. Oh, sorry. Office supplies 2000 debit and 1500 credit. That means 2000 debit credit. We have to subtract it. 2000 minus 1500 equals to 5. It is 500. So office equipment 30,000 debit directly, 25,000 capital it is credit, rent receipt 3,000 credit, service revenue 30,000 credit. Now again salary is 10,500 debit and here 500 credit. That means we have to subtract debit and credit, we have to subtract. So 10,500 minus 5,500 it is 10,000 the balance. Then conveyance 9,000 directly 9,000, insurance expenses 1,000 it is 1,000. Then supplies expenses 1,500 it is 1,500, prepaid salary is 500 it is 500. So dear student, I think all of you understand the posting and the adjusted trial balance. Now to debit side of adjusted trial balance is 58,000 and credit side also 58,000, credit side also 58,000. Now income statement, dear student, look at the income statement. Rent received it is 3,000 and service revenue 30,000. Why these two items in the income side? Because all of you know that in the income statement debit side we have to write expenses. Debit side what we have to write? Debit side we have to write expenses and credit side we have to write debit side we have to write expenses and credit side to write income. Dear student, debit side we have to write expenses and credit side we have to write income. Debit side we have to write expenses and credit side we have to write income. So dear student, here we have cash or balance. In the balance sheet what we will write? Debit side we have to write asset, credit side liability and equity, credit side liability and equity. So these two part we will do together. Dear student, cash it is asset, that's why debit side of asset side. Then prepaid insurance, this is also asset. Then office supplies, this is also asset. Office equipment, this is another asset. So all are in the asset side. Then capital, it is equity, so it is in the credit side. Then rent received, it is income, that's why it is income statement credit side. Then service revenue, this is another income. Then salaries, this is our expenses. Conveyance is our expense. Insurance expenses, another expenses. Supplies expenses expense. And prepaid salary, it is our assets, so it is in the asset side. That means dear student, from adjusted trial balance we have to post it in income statement or balance sheet. Expense will be debit side of income statement, income will be credit side of income statement, asset will be debit side of balance sheet, liability and equity credit side of balance sheet. So these are the format for preparing 10 column worksheet. Dear student, lastly what we have to do, look at debit side, that means expense we have to add, then income we have to add. Income is 30,000 and expenses, look at 19, 20, 21,500. That means 11,500 is our net profit. 11,000 is 500 is our net profit. So net profit will be in the credit side of income statement on balance sheet. Then these two items 36,500 and total of asset also 36,500. That means asset and liabilities are equals to asset equals to liabilities plus equities. Dear student, I hope all understand. Last class also we discussed about worksheet. Now our last topics, this is uh, journal entries, closing journal entries. Dear student, all of you know the formula. This is very easy one for preparing closing entries. At first you have to write all income account debit, income statement account credit. That means whatever income we have in income statement, income account, you know that for closing journal we have to prepare income, we close income and expense account. So here we have income, to income account debit, rent received and service revenue, income account. Earlier it is in the credit, now income account will be debit and income statement credit. On the other hand, second journal will be income statement debit and all expense account will be credit. Dear student, you know that income account shows debit balance, credit balance. That's why for closing this we have to make income account, we have to income account, what we have to income account debit and income statement credit, and expense account shows debit balance, that's income statement debit and income statement debit, and expense account will be credited. Here we have expense like salaries, conveyance, insurance expense, supplies expenses. This is our expense. So all expense account will be credit and it is 21,500 and all income account will be debit. I hope dear student all of you understand. If you have any types of confusion, any types of question, you may ask, you may make telephone call. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.